7th of November 1965, Rhodesia, assuming the rights due to her after more than 40 years of responsible self-government, was proclaimed an independent state. The elected leaders of Rhodesia did not make this momentous decision without full and solemn consideration of all the circumstances. 2 years after the event, it is fitting to reaffirm the principles of this portentous document. Whereas, in the course of human affairs, history has shown that it may become necessary for a people to resolve the political affiliations which have connected them with another people, and to assume amongst other nations the separate and equal status to which they are entitled. And whereas, in such event, a respect for the opinions of mankind requires them to declare to other nations the causes which impel them to assume full responsibility for their own affairs. Now therefore, we, the government of Rhodesia, do hereby declare that it is an indisputable and accepted historic fact that since 1923, the government of Rhodesia have exercised the powers of self-government and have been responsible for the progress, development, and welfare of their people. That the people of Rhodesia, having demonstrated their loyalty to the Crown and to their kith and kin in the United Kingdom and elsewhere through 2 world wars, and having been prepared to shed their blood and give of their substance in what they believe to be the mutual interests of freedom-loving people, now see all they have cherished about to be shattered on the rocks of expediency. That the people of Rhodesia have witnessed a process which is destructive of those very precepts upon which civilization in a primitive country has been built. They have seen the principles of Western democracy, responsible government, and moral standards crumble elsewhere. Nevertheless, they have remained steadfast. That the people of Rhodesia fully support the requests of their government for sovereign independence, but have witnessed the consistent refusal of the government of the United Kingdom to accede to their entreaties. That the government of the United Kingdom have thus demonstrated that they are not prepared to grant sovereign independence to Rhodesia on terms acceptable to the people of Rhodesia, thereby persisting in maintaining an unwarrantable jurisdiction over Rhodesia, obstructing laws and treaties with other states and the conduct of affairs with other nations, and refusing assent to laws necessary for the public good. All this to the detriment of the future peace, prosperity, and good government of Rhodesia. That the government of Rhodesia have for a long period, patiently and in good faith, negotiated with the government of the United Kingdom for the removal of the remaining limitations placed upon them and for the grant of sovereign independence. That in the belief that procrastination and delay strike at and injure the very life of the nation, the government of Rhodesia consider it essential that Rhodesia should attain, without delay, sovereign independence, the justice of which is beyond question. Now, therefore, we, the government of Rhodesia, in humble submission to Almighty God, who controls the destinies of nations, conscious that the people of Rhodesia have always shown unswerving loyalty and devotion to Her Majesty the Queen, and earnestly praying that we and the people of Rhodesia will not be hindered in our determination to continue exercising our undoubted right to demonstrate the same loyalty and devotion, and seeking to promote the common good so that the dignity and freedom of all men may be assured, do, by this proclamation, adopt, enact, and give to the people of Rhodesia the Constitution annexed hereto. God save the Queen. The result is history, a series of multiple ironies, as Britain made economic war against us, froze our assets, obtained support for voluntary sanctions, and embargoed our oil. This was followed by mandatory sanctions. The new nation stood resolute and steadfast. Desperate attempts were made by the Afro-Asians, the Communist bloc, and the British Commonwealth to subvert Rhodesia's security. Communist-trained terrorists crossed our borders and were annihilated. 2 years on, we stand proud and free, peaceful in a world of chaos. What does the future hold?
On this Rhodesia's National Day, I feel that it is appropriate to pause for a moment on our journey into the future and take stock of ourselves. 2 years of independence have brought us a long way along the road of maturity, and in that time we have grown up as a nation. Surely no country of comparable size has been subjected to such a glare of publicity in world affairs. We have been castigated in the United Nations Assembly, and we have been threatened and vilified by the Afro-Asian bloc. We have been subjected by the government of Britain to taunts and insults, and we have been attacked with incredible viciousness by means of economic and political sanctions, and by psychological assaults on our morale. The British socialists have attempted to deny us those fundamental rights so necessary if we are to remain a viable entity. And by their war of nerves, they have endeavored to undermine our determination and resolution to be masters in our own land. When we look back a few years to the Cold War tactics applied by Russia, we remember the abhorrence of these which we shared with the British. The Labour government, however, have adopted the same attitude and applied the same techniques to try to effect Rhodesia's submission. They must surely have realized that the consequences of their actions, if achieved, would be misery, suffering and unemployment, chiefly among those very people whose cause they profess to espouse, above all others, the Africans of Rhodesia. They hoped to destroy the loyalty of our people to their government and country, and waited in vain to see the breakdown of law and order. This makes me believe that their public stand is deceitful and inconsistent, that their real motive is blatant political expediency aimed at appeasing the forces of world communism in their attack on the bastion of freedom and democracy in Africa, situated on the southern part of the continent. Recently, we have experienced attempts by terrorists to infiltrate our country and create strife in our midst. It gives us great satisfaction and pride that our people have shown such remarkable singleness of purpose in destroying these communist-trained bandits. There is a determination to cherish and retain our standards of peace and tranquility, these proud possessions of the modern Rhodesia which we refuse to surrender. Our stand has not been achieved without cost to some members of our security forces, both black and white. Not only have these people served their country well and earned our gratitude, but they have shown the world that Rhodesians to a man are ready and prepared to pay the supreme sacrifice in defense of their land, their peoples, and their traditions. If I may now move on to the remarkable successes which we have achieved in other fields. We have fought the siege of sanctions and have torn gaping holes in the forces encircling us. Our answer to the dire warnings and economic threats of our enemies is that not only have we maintained our standards, not only is our trade flowing, but our economy has once more started to expand. Moreover, let us give expression to our defiance by renewing our pledge to intensify and redouble our efforts until the day when the blockade of our country is completely broken and sanctions are finally rejected because of the dishonesty and hypocrisy associated with their evil intentions. Let us look for a moment at the map of Africa and paint it red or pink where political and racial strife exists and where economic chaos reigns. Few indeed will be the territories which our brush does not cover, but foremost among them is our own Rhodesia, one of the few cases of progress and tranquility, of law and order, of racial harmony, and of economic stability on the whole continent of Africa. I think it appropriate that I should remind you of our achievements in the spheres of industry and commerce, agriculture and mining since UDI, which have been a source of wonder to the world. Certainly, we have taken some knocks, but these have only served to bind us closer together and to strengthen our resolve. Our people have shown a genius for diversification and adaptation which has confounded our critics. Just one more proof of how completely independent we are. Hence, we have been able to maintain a high level of employment overall, and this I am sure we will continue to do. But once again, let us not deny that there have been some casualties in the employment field. This we must accept as part of the price we have had to pay for our decision that we, and we alone as Rhodesians, will carry the responsibility for our country and its peoples. Finally, I believe that the history of the past 2 momentous years proves beyond doubt that our decision taken on November the 11th was the right one. And having weathered the storms which have beset us since that time, we will hold to our course, knowing that it will bring even greater progress and prosperity for all our peoples. I am satisfied that the world will finally acknowledge that we stand for the civilized rights which are our birthright, inherited from our fathers and held in trust by us for our children.